Izabella Rain. I grew up in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I moved to Portland, Oregon about a year and a half ago. And I've been an artist pretty much my whole life. I started drawing and painting at a really young age. It was always my main passion. In Santa Fe, I grew up kind of right outside Santa Fe, so on a couple acres of land away from most people. So I was also homeschooled, so I wasn't really brought up in much of a social environment, so I was kind of just had to be inspired by my own kind of creativity. So I would kind of create stories, go outside in nature, climb trees, and that's when I started drawing and painting, basically. Both my parents were very creative. My dad was a painter. My mom was always encouraging me and my brothers to do like as many creative things as we possibly could. So she homeschooled us, so she wasn't super into like the normal curriculum of school. So it was very art-driven and creativity-driven. So through that, I think I just started drawing and painting, and then I think like pre-teen years, early childhood, my parents got divorced, so there was a lot of turmoil going on, and then we moved to Arizona. So I think I turned to art to kind of redirect my emotions and express myself that way. So right now, a lot of what inspires me is things like mythology, the occult, the divine feminine, spirituality, things like that. So I'm inspired by a lot of directors and music and other artists. And I get a lot of inspiration through nature. So usually a lot of times when I go out and I'm walking through the forest or something, I'll get a vision or a download, and I'll have to go home and like sketch out the idea. And then I just kind of build on that intuitively. So it just kind of comes to life each time I sit down and work on it. I would tell my younger self that I am worthy and that other people's acceptance doesn't matter as much as my own belief about myself. So I would tell her that the greatest love and acceptance and happiness comes from within, and to not forget that. Like what I'm doing right now is I have a part-time job because I really need to know that I have security and stability in order to be able to create, because if I'm really stressed or don't feel like I'm gonna, pay bills, I won't be able to be creative. So having a part-time job really helps with that, at least right now. I hope to eventually, be doing more creative things full-time. But I also think that the starving artist thing, I think there's a lot of inspiration through that, through the struggle. I think struggle is important in your life, even though it doesn't sound very glamorous. I think that a lot of people find themselves through struggle in a way. Like you have to go through that in order to really know who you are and what you want to do. Things like meditation and yoga are super important to me to keep myself sane and keep myself wanting to create art. And I would say not paying too much attention to social media or to other people's opinions, or how many people are buying your art or looking at your art or whatever. I think it's really important to just know that you're creating art because it's a part of you, and not really to please anyone else or to gain acceptance from anyone else. But yeah, and I think just staying ambitious, knowing that for me, I know that art is a huge part of me. So without that, I don't really know where I would be. It's really helped me to get through, and I know that that's kind of just how I stay optimistic with it, knowing that it's such a big part of my life. I would say just do as many things as you want to. Experiment with as many different outlets as you possibly can. Because I think, I don't know, I kind of feel like we're kind of brought up to believe that we're supposed to know what we want to do, already at a young age. And in high school, at the end of high school, you're supposed to know exactly what career you want to do. And I don't think we're really given the time to experiment with different things. And I think that that's really important. to really find what your passions are. And I think those change through life as well. You find different things that you're interested in, and you meet different people, you go different places, so I'd say just experiment. I usually describe my art as surrealism or pop surrealism, though I don't really feel like it completely fits into that realm. What I do is, I say it's intuitive art, so I never completely know where it's going. I don't completely have a plan for it. I just sit down and kind of let it channel me, let it channel through me and see what comes out. So, but I would say, like, if I had to put a title on it, I'd say surrealism or spiritual art. Happiness definitely comes from within. I think it's the way that you choose to look at the world, the way you choose to look at yourself and your successes. And I also think just being grateful for what you have instead of thinking about all the things you don't have or all the things you could have, and just really being grateful for the things you have and the experiences that you have every day. And yeah, and if you're able to do like even one of the things that you love doing, I think that that's success.